Hi, precious heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. At this moment, we are being held in the embrace of a rare eclipse series that is assisting humanity and Mother Earth through the final steps of preparation prior to the activation of the consciousness codes within the DNA of the millennials and the children. This three-part eclipse series began with a new moon solar eclipse on July 12, 2018. The influx of light from that solar eclipse built in momentum and was greatly enhanced by the full moon lunar eclipse that took place July 26th and 27th. That full moon was called the blood moon, and it was the longest total lunar eclipse we will experience this century. That lunar eclipse is building in momentum now and will be followed by a very powerful third eclipse, which is another new moon solar eclipse. That solar eclipse will occur on August 11th, the day of the opening ceremonies for the 32nd Annual World Congress on Illumination. 3 eclipses in a row are rare, but it is not surprising that we are experiencing this series of eclipses during the final stages of preparation that our Father, Mother God, and the company of heaven have been guiding us through since the beginning of this year. Today, our Father, Mother God are reiterating to us the greatest need of the hour. In the silence of every person's newly recalibrated heart flame, our Father, Mother God are sounding a cosmic tone with the divine intent of awakening within each of us the knowing that we are one and that there is no separation. Through the wondrous activities of light that the company of heaven has guided us through step by step this year, humanity is awakening and lifting above the chaos. People around the world are volunteering to be the open door for the light of God. This is pushing everything that conflicts with that light to the surface so that it can be healed and transmuted back into its original perfection. This accelerated purging will allow us to complete our ascension into the full embrace of the new earth much more quickly. However, our assistance is needed now. The chaos and negativity we are witnessing in the outer world are the surfacing residue of the miscreations our fragmented and fear-based human egos manifested when we lost awareness of our I am presence and the fact that we are sons and daughters of God. As these patterns of separation and duality are pushed to the surface, in some instances they are triggering humanity's obsolete etheric records of hatred, prejudice, abuse of power, greed, corruption, and selfishness, as well as the dog-eat-dog, looking out for number one, and the us against them illusions, which are all based in ignorance and fear. For this reason, our Father, Mother God are asking awakening humanity to transcend the illusions of separation we are witnessing and to intensify our endeavors to flood these fearful sons and daughters of God with divine love. I know that outer world appearances and painful life experiences have caused many people to become cynical about love and the concept of the oneness of all life. They think this kind of unconditional love is unrealistic and superficial. So today, during this critical stage of our preparation, our Father, Mother God want to remind us of an important truth that they shared with humanity when our Mother God was finally able to return to earth. So please go within to the divinity of your heart and contemplate these words from on high within the flame of illumined truth. So much has been written about love that it has almost become a platitude. But transfiguring divine love from our Mother God is the mightiest force in the universe. It is the vibration from which we were born out of the heart of God, and it is the vibration through which we must now evolve and ascend back into the heart of God. The love of our Mother God has no bonds, no barriers, no conditions. Within the infinite power of our Mother God's love, there is no pain or sorrow, no lack or limitation. Her love contains within its essence the full potential to rise above all human conditions, all self-inflicted suffering, and all manner of chaos, confusion, hopelessness, and despair. Our Mother God's love heals the illusion of separation. It rejuvenates, revitalizes, and makes whole all that it embraces. It is the single greatest source of forgiveness, and it reverberates with the full gathered momentum of our eternal freedom in the light. Our Mother's love is the foundation of all creation. It is the indivisible, unchanging ecstasy that allows us to know love in all things. When we experience the love of our Mother God, we understand that we are all one, and we know that every particle and wave of life is interconnected, interdependent, and interrelated. Whether we are a magnificent sun, a person, or a blade of grass, we are united in the body of our Father, Mother God by the all-encompassing, cohesive light of our Mother God's transfiguring divine love. As our Mother God reclaims this earth and once again anoints humanity with her infinite love, we are beginning to experience a deep reverence for all life. Our Mother's love is now pulsating within the core of our beings. It is not outside of us. We no longer need to seek the divine feminine from afar. We need to merely accept that our Mother God has returned and that she is now abiding within every person's heart flame. Her love is pulsating within the silent rhythm of every heartbeat, every breath. It is the universal language now speaking to all humanity through our gift of life. As we take the time to listen in the silence of our heart, we hear the tones and whisperings of our Mother's love, inspired by the wonders of nature and the music of the spheres. Our Mother God is now reestablishing her covenant of divine love within the children of earth, which will enhance our ability to once and for all accept the gift of eternal peace and God's infinite abundance. Through this covenant, the supply of all good things will forever and ever flood into the hands and use of the sons and daughters of God. The glory of God's eternal peace and infinite abundance will be a manifest reality not only in this moment, but far beyond the earth and time into eternity. Today, our Father, Mother, God are asking us to participate in an activity of light which will assist every person on earth, even the most recalcitrant and asleep sons and daughters of God, to hear the cosmic tone that is reverberating within every person's newly recalibrated heart flame. Our selfless participation in this activity of light will help to awaken within every person on earth the knowing that we are one. Please listen to your heart, and for the rest of this month, participate in this activity of light as often as you are inspired to do so. I am loving all life free. I am my I am presence, and I am one with the I am presence of every person on earth. As one unified heart, we invoke our Father, Mother, God, and the entire company of heaven to help us raise every person on earth from a consciousness of separation and duality into a consciousness of oneness and reverence for all life. This is being accomplished by every person's I am presence, in perfect alignment with his or her divine plan and the highest good for all concerned. Beloved Father, Mother, God, we ask that you now expand your divine love, which is pulsating within the divinity of every person's newly recalibrated heart flame. Allow your love to flow through each person's fifth dimensional heart chakra until it envelops the entire planet Earth, greatly intensifying our planetary grid of transfiguring divine love. As this unfathomable influx of light bathes the earth, every facet of life is lifted into a higher order of being. Each person's I am presence now creates a sacred space in which they are able to open their fifth dimensional crown chakra of enlightenment to full breadth. This allows each person to ascend ever higher into the awakened state of Christ consciousness. As this occurs, multidimensional and multifaceted fifth dimensional crystalline solar light expands from the heart of our Father, Mother, God into every cell of humanity's earthly bodies, allowing the I am presence of every person to take full dominion of their physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies. Now all is in readiness. Through their I am presence, every person on earth is participating at both inner and outer levels in this activity of light, which is raising the consciousness of the masses of humanity and assisting every person to shift from the illusion of separation and duality into the reality of oneness and reverence for all life. I now reach up into the infinity of my own divine consciousness. As I am lifted up, all of humanity is lifted up with me. In this frequency of divine consciousness, I see that humanity's free will is becoming one with God's will. The I am presence of each person affirms, I am ready to love all life free. Instantaneously, I see the truth of every person on earth. I see all of my sisters and brothers in the family of humanity, even the most recalcitrant souls, as precious sons and daughters of God, no matter how far their behavior patterns or their life experiences may be from reflecting that truth. I perceive all of the painful human miscreations associated with my sisters and brothers as innocent primordial energy entering my awareness now to be transmuted back into light and loved free. I happily greet all of these children of God and all of their misqualified energy the same way my Father, Mother, God would greet them. I greet them with love from within the embrace of eternal peace, detachment, God confidence, and supreme authority. Within an invincible force field of God's infinite love, I take my sisters and brothers into the kingdom of heaven within my heart flame, and I hold them in my arms of light as I would an injured child. They cannot overwhelm me or control me in any way, nor do I need to fear them or shun them. I simply hold them and love them until they surrender to the love of God, desiring on their own to enter the kingdom of heaven within the divinity of their own heart flame. Now, rather than feeling rejected and thus perpetuating their negative behavior patterns, my sisters and brothers feel accepted and loved as the innate sons and daughters of God they are. They voluntarily release themselves into the light, and they begin to know that they are one with all life. I rejoice that every person and their unascended energies are at long last finding their way home, and I release myself into the peace of knowing my I am presence is handling all imperfection perfectly. As these precious ones surrender to the light, they remember that they are beloved sons and daughters of God. With this sacred knowledge, they once again find their proper place in the family of humanity. In perfect divine order, they are set free to live and co-create the patterns of love, oneness, and reverence for all life on the new earth. And so it is. Precious heart, please join in consciousness with light workers from around the world who will be gathered within the portal of light at Diamond Head in Honolulu, Hawaii, during the 32nd Annual World Congress on Illumination, August 11th through the 16th. Throughout those sacred and holy days, we will be functioning in the eternal moment of now. So whenever you are able to take a moment to project your light and love into the chalice of our heart flames in Hawaii, will be right and perfect. Your selfless participation during this event will exponentially expand the light that our Father, Mother, God, and the company of heaven will be able to infuse into our planetary grid of transfiguring divine love. This will assure the God-victorious accomplishment of the activation of the consciousness codes within the DNA of the millennials and the children. God bless you, dear one. I am eternally grateful for you and your willingness to add to the light of the world.